Now's the time to spring into savings on a new Mazda at Team Mazda. Right now, get 1.9% financing on the new 24 Mazda CX-5, named the #1 compact SUV. The time to save is now on your new Mazda at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Good morning. It is 7:03 on a hump day. We've made it to a hump day.
Made it to a hump day. Want to hear a story?
Yes, always.
Always story? So I was telling this yesterday. So the power outages with everything going on, obviously storms coming through. A friend of mine, new friend of mine, just met the other day, was telling me a story about lights out in the house, that kind of a thing. And she and her husband heard some noises coming from the bathroom, a little splashing around in the bathroom. And she's like, get in there, have a look what's going on. So he goes in there with the flashlight because it's dark out, no power, that kind of thing. He's like, I think it's a frog. It's gonna be a frog. Gonna be a frog. And flashlight in, and it comes running out. Not a frog, saw a tail.
A tail?
Yeah, it was a rat. Big rat. No. So she starts screaming, flush it down, flush it down, flush it. He's like, it's not gonna flush. And so like 20 minutes later, rat in the toilet. That is like nightmare fuel
on
right
top
there.
of a power outage? That's scary.
Yes. Are you kidding me? I'd have been knocking on neighbors' doors like, dude, I'm sorry, I gotta go, and you're the restroom I'm using.
Exactly.
You got a rat in the toilet. Yeah, so that was reality. So,
oh no, I feel sorry for your friend. That's scary.
I mean, what? That is just the world. Not a frog, saw a tail.
Shouldn't the rat stories lead up to Johnny and not me?
He said, wait, why? Why?
That's also
why? Because it seems like something you would handle as a husband. Oh.
Yeah. Well,
he's upset. We're going to let him have a moment. Upset. Yes.
Oh, I heard that rat noise. But yeah, that's a lot, man. That's just, at that point, I'm going outside.
We have to know how this ended.
I'm going outside.
Oh, my wife and my girls would be done.
Bye. See you. Burn the house down.
That's it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Moving.
But we lived out with that little bug spider.
That's it.
I'm with you.
The resident.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
They lit the candle over there. Look at that.
Yeah, good looking start this morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. About halfway home this week. That's our skyline view over downtown. We are starting out with bright sunshine this morning. We do have some fog that's been showing up near and south of I-10. New Iberia, Patterson, a quarter-mile visibility, half-mile to Orleans. Gonzales was under a mile last hour, back at 10. It's bouncing up and down, but Metro Baton Rouge northward largely doing okay and should be fine here through the morning commute. There you see temperatures mostly low to mid 60s. You get some upper 60s closer to the coast, but really a nice start to the day. It is going to warm up though, mid 80s at noon. We'll go with a high of 89. Plenty of sunshine through the day. We keep it dry, and a silver lining to an otherwise warm afternoon. Humidity still not going to be bad. We are though giving you a first alert to what could be some strong storms returning tomorrow night into Friday. Here we go again. Storm Prediction Center right now posting a 1 out of 5 marginal risk of severe weather Thursday night, and then upgrading that to a 2 out of 5 slight risk on Friday. Additionally, where you see that hatching, that's where there's at least a low-end chance of what they consider significant severe weather. Damaging winds in excess of 75 miles per hour, very large hail, and that's larger than 2 inches in diameter, or an isolated tornado. So we're going to track that closely. Now, there's some differences between the Storm Prediction Center outlook and the models right now. Let's take a look at that. Here's the graph model. We pick it up Thursday evening at 7 o'clock, and notice that it is delivering a pretty intense line of storms tomorrow night. Remember, the Storm Prediction Center showing the greater risk Friday, but it's got some heavy storms moving in Thursday night. It's Thursday night at 11. Continues that wave eastward and actually has much of Friday fairly quiet until late afternoon into the evening. It does regenerate some storms and then has those lifting to the northeast. And the graph, not alone in showing storms tomorrow night. The HRRR also showing that. So still some uncertainty kind of be sorted out. We feel confident there's a severe weather threat returning, but still some uncertainty on the timing. Now, the graph model also delivers a pretty significant soaking, given much of the area 3 to 5 inches of rainfall. So locally heavy rain could also be in the mix. We'll keep it quiet today. That's the good news. And actually much of tomorrow's quiet. Most of that storm threat Thursday is going to be after dark. Friday, we've got the first alert posted, so let's consider that Thursday night into Friday. And there could actually be a couple of rounds of storms. Keep that in mind. I do think rains will wind down early Saturday. The weekend mainly dry, very warm, and downright hot, but also dry in the next week with a run of days in the low to maybe even mid-90s. 7:07 with a check on the roads now. Here's Jack.
A little fog in the area, but it's above our hood level. Here in the Baton Rouge area proper, not bad at all, but it does move around a little bit. Take you out toward the New Orleans area with the right here in the Bonnet Spillway, not down to ground level. The airport, I just checked with the ATIS. I have a phone number to ATIS, which is the Automatic Terminal Information Service. A lot of pilots call that to get an initial idea of what's going on at the airport before they leave the house, and then they get their full weather briefing once they get on the field. ATIS in New Orleans is reporting 4 miles in mist at Armstrong International. Visibility to the Loyola exit's not bad at all. Your drive time's about an hour and 3 minutes maybe, but look at the our Sky9 camera network of the city of New Orleans, the cityscape, if you will, and you can't really see a lot of the tops of the buildings down there, but it will get better and we'll have a nice day according to Steve Caparotto, and we love that. 7:08, some headlines you might have missed during 9 News this morning. We have them for you. Matt and Liz will be back in 60 seconds on WAFB 9 News Now here on the Plus.
.09 your time right now on a Wednesday morning. We start with fun with websites. It is a tax deadline day today, and the website that folks needed to access in Louisiana down for a moment, but back up.
That's it. So check the website. We've got it pulled up for you here. Somebody reached out to us and said, why is the State Department of Revenue website down on tax day? Well, we just checked, and in the last, 10, 20 minutes here, we see that it is back up and running. Remember, this is your deadline to file your state taxes, but if you don't file them today. If you can't, well, lawmakers already kicked in that 6-month extension to November 15th, but that's not if you owe money.
Right, you still got to pay, but the money you owe is due today. The official filing, that can wait for 6 months if you absolutely have to. Speaking of websites, I want to give you a look right now, poweroutage.us. Our friends over there kind of tracking the power outages that we've had after the Monday storms. We still, as of this morning, have about, you can see it just up at the top, 16,000 customers without power. Liz, the bulk right here in the Baton Rouge area.
You can see it there, bright orange. That's Point Coupee Parish, where you've got per capita just about half of those customers tracked out there. Now, Sheriff Renee Thibodeau's in contact with all the major power suppliers there, and he says he's working with them to make sure people can get back online. And we've seen, Matt, some big improvements since Monday night until now, so he's asking folks to please be patient here. And again, Point Coupee Parish, let's take you there to show you some of the damage where our crews caught up with some homeowners who are, look, even the littlest ones who are helping out. You see there, Steve's been talking about this EF0 tornado, so don't think, well, it wasn't serious. Remember, we had some serious damage, as you can see in Point Coupee Parish. And so a lot of the wind, that's what caused a lot of these trees to fall. You've got tarps that the parish government is also giving away, but the sheriff there says that his crews worked overnight to make sure a lot of the roads were clear so people can get to and from.
Yeah, so from Point Coupee into West Baton Rouge, just absolutely heartbreaking story in West Baton Rouge. We continue to learn more now about the woman and the unborn child there killed after a tree falls on their mobile home. Liz, the identity now, Kristen Browning of Port Allen, 31 years old, and actually due this Friday.
Heartbreaking detail that we've learned here. So that's what LDH is classifying now as 3 deaths across the state of Louisiana because her and her unborn child, the community around them, just devastated by this news. In the meantime, her husband and their other child, they're still recovering in the hospital. So the neighbors, they say they're trying to help them out with a GoFundMe, trying to do what they can for this family who's hurting right now.
Man, difficult path forward. The path forward for St. George. We knew the next step in St. George and the evolution here was going to be the governor appointing an interim mayor and an interim police chief. he's done exactly that.
That's it. Dustin Yates, who you're seeing here, has been appointed the interim mayor of the city of St. George. That's former St. George Fire Department employee there. And then you've got Todd Morris, who's going to become the interim police chief, coming from special operations under Sheriff Sid Gotro in East Baton Rouge Parish. So how does this move forward? Interim again?
Sure.
How is this going to play out here with all the legal action in tow? We will keep you in the know.
Keeping you in the know. From St. George, let's get you up to Washington, D.C.
Hey.
That man right there is the superintendent of schools in Baker, and he is set to speak at a White House forum about truancy, absenteeism, that kind of thing, and reducing that.
That's it, because they're seeing progress at Baker schools. So they've actually partnered with LSU on a special research project they're doing to reduce recidivism here, to make sure the kids are showing up to class. Well, because they're seeing those results, he is going to share what's been working in Baker for the whole nation to see.
You know what works? Getting together for a good cause.
Yes.
A great cause, an absolutely awesome cause, like Special Olympics here in Louisiana. And today you got the big torch run. This is a big push by law enforcement, and the torch run kicks off this morning, 9 o'clock from Alec Box.
That's it. So join them. It's going to be a great day to be out there. Steve's been showing us that forecast. Support that cause, and if you can't make it out there, you can always make a donation on their website.
John Spain, you know the name? You should, because he may be integral, and very important when it comes to rail traffic, passenger rail traffic between Baton Rouge and New Orleans.
We've been talking about that a lot, and today he's expected to share some updates on that big project. He is today's guest speaker at the Baton Rouge Rotary Club. That's going to start at noon today at Drusilla Place Catering.
Let's bring him back into the desk as we kind of get ready for a day of days here. Ooh.
Hello.
How you doing? How you doing? As we get ready for a decent looking day. Warm later on today. Starting off kind of nice though, Steve.
Yeah, in the 60s in most areas right now. And even as it warms up this afternoon, at least humidity won't be too bad. You're going to feel it. But then we're tracking tomorrow night, Friday, what could be some strong storms returning.
Keeping our eyes on it. And Johnny, you said power outages, lights.
Power outages, Point Coupee Parish, Iberville Parish. In fact, 411 south of Livonia, from 190 south to the Iberville Parish line, closed because of trees on the road.
Thank you. That's a good
So
reminder.
we're still dealing with power outages and debris removal.
That's it.
It's going to be a minute.
That's it. Please be safe as you make your way out there. We'll see you for another update, weather, traffic, and news in about 5 minutes.
If you're looking for the perfect companion for family fun and adventure, or wanting to find adventure beyond the ordinary, experience all that the Toyota Tundra has to offer. Save on your new Tundra right now at Team Toyota, I-12 at O'Neill.